We are live on the Cavalry. How we doing, Andrew?
Oh, I'm doing great. How are you doing, Johnny?
I'm doing good. National, worldwide COVID numbers are up. Actually, I don't know about worldwide, but national numbers are sky high.
Sky high. And everyone is undeterred. Doesn't
I
seem like
know.
it's bothering anybody. It's so funny because I was thinking about that the other day, like in March when our numbers were like nothing compared to now. We were, not leaving the house and I was washing my groceries. And now it's like, people are having parades and stuff. Nobody cares.
Yeah, I had that homecoming show I was supposed to do that got canceled. They postponed it for next week, and it got canceled again. And I'm like, I got mixed emotions because I'm like all pissed off. I'm like, you idiots, but at the same time, I'm like, well, yeah, I mean, you're idiots because you booked it in the first place.
Well,
Like, of
I like
course.
I like the optimism though is kind of inspiring. It's like a week from today. That's when this thing's really gonna
We'll
settle
get it
down.
under
Just
control. Yeah.
one more week. I can tell by the pictures I'm seeing on the news, people are really taking it serious now. So I think
Right.
a week from today, we're gonna have no problems.
Exactly.
I had a gig in I think it was like in January that got rebooked like months ago, and they booked it for January, thinking like just out of an abundance of caution, we're gonna push this all the way to January. Which of course it'd be crazy to think it would still be going on, but we'll do. And that just got canceled for
Of
January.
course.
So yeah, but this podcast, was born in the pandemic,
I
right? So
know.
some good things have.
We have COVID to thank.
We have COVID to thank for the cavalry.
Yes. Oh, and speaking of which, should we hit upon our reviews? We have some 5-star reviews, folks.
And you know what that means? We're gonna back some people up here.
That's right. I thought you
Yeah,
were gonna
which
like play a soundbite or something. You know what that means, folks? It's time for
bing
the
bada bing
segment
ding
we
ding
haven't
ding ding
had
ding ding
yet.
ding 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 ding. No, we don't have any imaging or anything like that. But yeah, so we can back some. Which one should we do first? I read through both already, so I'm prepared. But you tell me which
Okay.
one you want to do first.
All right, I'll do the shorter one
Okay.
because it's shorter. I'll read that, and then you, if the other one is fresh in your mind, maybe you can do a
Yeah.
summary since it's like
I'll
6 pages.
summarize it. It's a
Okay.
little long. Yeah.
All right, so the shorter one is from Ndubs, or Ben, and it. Oh, I took a screen. Great. Do you have it in front of you? Because I took a
Well, we're off to a
screenshot.
flying
Yeah,
start.
I took a screenshot, but it says more, so I didn't even get the whole thing. I didn't click on
Oh.
more.
Well, I can summarize that one too if you want. I got to
Sure.
pull it up here. So from Ndubs, he's got a park across from his house, and the very enjoyable park. Lots of nice birds. He enjoyed the birds at the park,
Hmm.
but they've since installed outdoor exercise equipment, which I am aware of only from LA. I've never seen this outdoor exercise equipment anywhere else. But it's basically like these. I know what he's talking about. It's like these machines. You use your own weight, as so you're like basically pulling yourself up in a chair, and it's kind of these levers that you're pulling. And anyway, so I know what he's talking about. They've installed
Okay.
that equipment in that park, and now instead of hearing nice birds and tranquil sounds, he hears like adult men grunting
Right.
all day from the park, which is less enjoyable.
Right.
And
I mean,
he's
that's
wondering
that's a personal preference. This Ben listener is not a fan
of the men grunting.
of the
Yeah,
men
yeah,
grunting.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, some people with binoculars like to look at birds. Some people like to look at men grunting.
Right.
So, but for this listener, no, not the dudes. So like, then he was wondering, okay, can I put a sign up or somehow deter?
Yeah, he says a lot of them are regulars. Would it be appropriate to shout out the window to keep it down? Maybe put up a sign in the window. In his
Yeah.
his window.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to put up a sign in your window. Just as someone living here in Portland, you're just asking for someone to
Eggs.
break your window. People,
Yeah.
this is a big season for breaking windows. I wouldn't put up any sort of sign tempting fate. It's in these people presumably are very strong, would have no problem
Right.
hurling something through your window. So I wouldn't do that. Yelling out the window, I don't know. What do you think, John? Can you yell something out the window?
I'm a big fan of the passive aggressive. I would go hide behind something and yell to where they have no idea where it's coming from.
Yeah.
Uh, so I'm not opposed to that. I could back that up. I'm just trying to think what would be the most clever and effective thing to yell.
Yeah, like look out.
Yeah. Stop grunting.
I think I like the idea of sabotaging the equipment somehow. Like especially right now, you'd think people would be like worried about germs. Like if any sort of moisture on, like any sort of you could rub a little Vaseline on those things, or like any side you touch it and immediately it's slimy or gross. No one's working out on that.
Or he could go over and he could, like, just to clear it out, like when in the middle of the night or something, go and on, like, if they have multiple machines of the same thing, and just put labels on half of them that say COVID and the other one that says non-COVID, and then people would be like, "What the? Oh, no, I'm not going to work out here
Yeah.
anymore."
Yeah, this machine is for people COVID
With COVID,
positive,
right?
but we keep that a good 6 feet away from the
Right.
non-COVID machines. It's kind of like when they used to have smoking sections on airplanes.
Right.
You're just they're separate, but how separate can they really? That's a great
Yeah.
idea. I think that's the way to go. Is label which machines are
And
COVID
he
friendly.
should do it in a very vague way, like have one say no COVID, but have a circle with a line through it, so you don't really know which is
Right.
which.
Like it's like those California propositions where you don't even know what you're voting on. It's like
Right.
yes for no on 27 to
Right.
raise taxes on income, but it's like like the circle with COVID in the middle and the line is like, is this machine just like anti-COVID, like the way you'd be anti-drugs, or is it
Right.
saying if you have COVID, don't use the machine? Yeah, make it as confusing as possible.
You're welcome, Ben. I think
There you go.
there you go. All
That's
right.
good backup.
See?
I think that's a lot of feasible, plausible solutions to that problem.
Or he could just start masturbating to the sound of men grunting. I don't want to limit the possibilities.
You not only should you start masturbating to the sound of the men grunting, you should do it very visibly so they can
Yeah.
see you.
Or
that will deter a lot of
just grunt even louder, out grunt them.
Out grunt them and vigorous, you don't have to even actually do it, but just like a silhouette, sort of like Hitchcock.
Right. And call out specific people as if you're climaxing and be like, "Oh, yellow tank top." Right?
Yeah, there you go. One of those.
That's really snipering them one at a time, though. That might be a slow.
Yeah, but word will spread, that's a story you're probably going to tell to a lot of your workout buddies. Like, Jesus Christ, I was on the self. By the way, like, how serious of a workout guy are you if you're using the public park? Those are weird machines. Have you ever used those? Do you know what Ben or what I'm talking about?
Yeah. All the ones I've never used them, but I've, looked at them and been like, who the fuck would use that?
Yeah.
But all the ones I've looked at are like, 30 years old.
I always when I saw them, it was in Hollywood, and it was always like old Russians using them, like smoking a cigarette, as they're like
doing pull-ups
themselves. Yeah, they're not even pull-ups. They're like sitting in a chair, kind of rocking yourself, and then you pull yourself forward, and you're like, how is this even exercise? Like,
just
like
get off your couch a bunch of times.
Yeah, exactly. That's essentially what it is. So anyway.
All right, we did it.
Yeah.
See, that's how it works, folks. All right, let's do the other one.
Okay, one more.
This is great.
So this one is great. And again, I'm going to summarize. It's from long time, but I do want to get the name.
Kyle McClure,
Kyle McClure, longtime
longtime
listener,
listener, big fan.
longtime reviewer, needs backup on White Elephant. White Elephant party. Do you ever do the White Elephant
Oh,
party? I
that's
feel like
right.
I've been invited to very few of those in my life.
Yeah, me too. I think I done one at my old work when I was doing home loans, and I didn't really give a shit.
Yeah. So Kyle's in the same boat. Not a big fan, seems like. And his strategy, and his wife is not so sure about this. So this is what he needs backup on. But his strategy is to bring something that he actually wants, but nobody else will want. And that way he can get something that he just wants for himself rather than like
Oh, I
bring like a
see.
dumb gag gift that like no one will want, including him. He tries to like thread the needle by bringing something nobody else will want, but he actually has value of. So like his example was the Bob Ross chia pet, which by the way, I think a lot of people would want.
Yeah,
Wouldn't you
that's
want a Bob
neat.
Ross chia pet?
Yeah, we have a yoga or a Yoda chia pet, and it's great.
You do have a Yoda chia pet?
I mean, we used it. I mean, it's such a pain in the ass. You know, it didn't really work, but it looked cool on the box.
I have a lot of questions because I've never had a chia pet. Do
This,
they?
this was the only one I've ever had.
And so it didn't work. It didn't
No,
grow
I
in
mean, it
right.
grew like it's supposed to. It's the only thing that doesn't grow or that's not supposed to grow is his face. So you just don't put the seeds on the face and put them everywhere else. But they didn't
Uh,
grow everywhere else. It just grew like behind his ears, and that was it. And then there was weird shit all over his head. It was. I'm not Johnny Green Thumb over here, so maybe I didn't do it right, but it just seemed like that should be easier. They make it look a lot easier in the commercials. But
no,
that's I don't know. Well, this is as I was reading it, and as you're retelling it, I'm thinking, okay, why? I mean, I if our job is to give backup that's what he should do, I'm going to give an alternate solution. Why don't you just buy yourself a Bob Ross chia pet and
right.
then go get a dollar store unicorn?
No, but I get that because it's like the thrill of the steal. You know, we've talked about this before, but like you'd want like if you ever do a self checkout aisle, like you could steal yourself a Snickers. Like why not just buy the Snickers? It's like part of it is like the thrill of the hunt,
Oh
and
yeah,
you want to
yeah.
see if you can game the
And pull it
system.
off. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, also he calls the game Dirty Santa, which I've never
Dirty
heard.
Santa. That sounds like
It's White Elephant, right?
a
Dirty
sexual
Santa.
position.
It sounds like a different game. Okay. So I'm just trying to see if I missed anything. I think it's a good strategy. But I stood my ground with my Bob Ross chia pet and didn't grade it for the kitchen towels. Yeah, so I think that was the thing, the Bob Ross chia pet. So I'm gonna back you up because I think it's a fun way. Like you would never feel a sense of accomplishment buying yourself a Bob Ross chia pet. In fact, you might feel kind of sad.
Right.
Did that.
But I just want to mention the Yoda chia pet was a gift. It's very important.
From who?
Well, I think it was my brother. He's a big Star Wars fan.
Mm. Okay, well I get it.
He also incidentally lives next to a park where apparently a bunch of men grunt.
Maybe that's how you can get them to stop is like jerking off the Yoda chia pet.
Yeah, I could do it.
That's disgusting. God damn. Why did we
look at us? We're tying in our
Well,
backups together.
I don't like that at all. The point is I see value in this tactic, and I'm going to back Kyle up. I'm going to say, yeah, that's great, and it's fun, and it's like a game within a game. So you're going, everyone's playing the game, Dirty Santa, which again, not big on that phrasing, but they're playing the game. You're playing a whole other game. You know, you're playing this game with yourself, where you're like, am I going to get my own gift, the thing that I wanted all along? I like that.
I get that. That's like my Jordans when they come out with rare Jordans and they release them. it's the thrill of the hunt to try to get them. If I don't get them, I could just go on one of the apps or eBay and pay, a bunch more money to get them resale, but that's not fun and it's more expensive. So
Right.
if I don't get them on the hunt, then I don't deserve them.
I like your whole thing with the Jordans because you've like created your own economy. It's like you and like 6 other dudes buying and selling Jordans to each other.
Yeah, 6 other dudes. That's what it is.
It's like cryptocurrency.
Yeah. Bitcoin.
Go back to the Jordan standard. So anyway, I hope that our listeners feel backed up. And remember, you too can get back up in your life if you leave a 5-star review and what you need backup on.
That's right.
And that's it. So there you go. End of that segment.
There we go. Now, well, do you have any pre-show banter you'd like to do before we slip into backing each other up?
Well, we kind of did a little pre-show banter with the horrors of the plague. That's what we
did we?
Did we?
That's right. Benny said, yeah.
Plague? We talked about the horrors of the plague. Let's jump into it. I say we jump into it. What do you need? What do you got this week? What do you need backup on, Johnny?
All right. So, I've got a slew of topics here we can go into. Now this one, all right. This one, this isn't a huge issue, but this has come up in multiple relationships. Now, when let's say you're watching a movie with someone, with your significant other, and they are like, George Clooney comes on the screen. Now, it's inappropriate. It's disrespectful to say, to oogle and go, because to be like, oh my gosh, he is one sexy man or whatever. You just don't say that when you're with the person that you're with. Am I right?
Yeah.
Guys can't. I'm not saying guys can't. Like, I want to be like, oh man, because we're watching a movie and what's her name? Eva Mendes. Mm-hmm. I would never be like, oh my gosh, look at those boinkers,
Boinkers. No. Okay, so this is funny. This is actually interesting because a lot of times what happens is my wife will point out like Eva Mendes and go, come on, look how it's
a trap.
Yeah, totally. And like, there's no like way to honestly answer and then also not, because you can't be like, I don't know what you're talking about. She looks like dog shit to me, and be an idiot. But then also, you can't go, oh my God, I'd throw you in front of a fucking truck just for 2 seconds with her. You can't say that either.
Yeah.
So you got to find like some weird middle ground where you go, yeah, this is the way, and Heidi will do this too. Like, you'll say, oh yeah, she's hot in like an obvious way. That's a good way to like, which I don't even know what that means. Like, yeah, hot in like the most hot way you can be. The obvious, like Jordan was great at basketball in an obvious way.
Right.
He would score a lot of points and stop other people from scoring points. It was very obvious the way that he did that.
Right. Here's what you do. Here's my advice. If you're in that situation, and like, let's say your wife's like, oh my gosh, look at her. Now tell me the truth. Honestly, like if you weren't with me, or if I died and she wanted to have sex with you, you would, right? Here's what you do. You spill your drink. You spill your drink and you're like, oh shit. Get some paper towels. And then you just, it's done. It's over.
That's great. That's great advice. But really, you could use that in any situation. It's like if your kid. Oh no, go ahead.
No, you go.
I was just gonna say, if your kid asks you like where babies come from or something, you just like spill a soda on top of them and go, "Oh shit! Oh, I'm so sorry." Like, our dad is the clumsiest guy in the world.
He would always spill things whenever I asked him about.
There's stains all over our carpet. Just there's not one part of our carpet that is not stained with Mr. Pibb.
Mr. Pibb.
which for some reason popped in as your soda of choice. I don't know. I don't think that that's true, but
No, you want
I
to
get
hear
a
a funny
Mr.
story?
Pibb vibe.
This is true. That's your. I don't know. You must be a psychic or something. When I was little, or I was like in 8th grade or whatever, I had a trunk in my closet, and I would buy soda. Like I would buy Mr. Pibb, like a 24-pack of Mr. Pibb, and just keep it in the trunk in my closet, and just drink warm Mr. Pibb.
Oh.
Yeah. A little fun fact.
Well, you know what's great too, and this is so funny. We keep talking about basketball, and I know that your fandom for the NBA is more like a Jordan specific fandom. So you might not know this, you might know it, but like Jason Kidd became a coach. I think it was when he was coaching can't remember Milwaukee. I think it was when he was coaching the Bucks. Mm-hmm. He needed a timeout, but he didn't want to waste a timeout. So, and it's all on video. You can see it's very obviously he intentionally spills a cup of Gatorade all over the court to get the play to stop without costing him one of the timeouts. So it's like you're in great.
Like an accident.
Yeah, you're in great company here.
Yeah, wow.
You and Jason Kidd.
Nice.
Cowardly trying to get
Milwaukee's own.
I didn't even put that together. Yeah, Wisconsin connection.
Yeah.
Passive aggressiveness runs deep in the Midwest.
Yeah.
No.
Well, also, but like, okay. So you're saying like, but you're talking about when they set the trap and ask you about it.
Yeah.
I'm saying when they're like
saying, yeah, go ahead.
When, you're watching a movie and, your girlfriend's like, oh, I'd lick peanut butter off his ding dong, or whatever.
Right.
It's like,
hey, you have a peanut allergy. That's not even.
That's irresponsible.
You told me you had a peanut allergy. Not for him, I would. Well, I do think it's a little much. I'm going to back you up because, again, like I'll watch like I'm a big Seahawks fan. I'll watch the Seahawks. We got this guy, DK Metcalf. He's just an absolute specimen and wide receiver, and he'll like in pregame warmups, like gratuitously take his shirt off. And Heidi, who will not watch a second of the goddamn game, will stop everything, go, wow, wee, wow. You know what I mean? Just like looking loose. Who is that? That's our favorite player. And like totally
turns into Borat.
Yeah, exactly. Turns into Borat. Just totally objectify the great DK Metcalf without totally not interested in how good he is at wide receiver. So yeah, I can commiserate.
See, and it seems like that's obvious. Like, oh yeah, that's not. But then there's the other point. I got my buddy that's like, oh no, that's insecurity. Oh, me and my girl, we do that all the time. If I were walking by and some girl walks, I'll be like, oh, that is a great ass.
Yeah.
What?
No, he doesn't. And also, like,
no, he does do it. I just think no, he's in a small.
It goes
group.
Unappreciated.
Yeah.
No, I mean you don't have to be like obvious about it. I mean, I think there's like balance to it. There can be honesty, but also like you don't have to like throw it in people's faces.
Yeah.
And again, like another thing that happens is Heidi will do that thing where she'll point out a woman like, oh, look she's so attractive. But sometimes her radar is way off. She'll point out these people and you're like, no, I would be honest with you. That lady, I would not worry about her. You might want to recalibrate where your competition is coming from because you do not have to worry about that woman with the reflective tape going for the night walk. That's a strong look here in Portland is people wearing reflective gear in the evening so they don't get hit by cars, but it's not the most flattering all the time.
Yeah. That reminds me of have you seen Vacation lately? National Lampoon's Vacation.
Oh, not in a long time.
When he jumps in the pool, he's swimming around naked with Christy Brinkley, and his son's like, "Do you think she's pretty?" And he's like, "What? Oh no, she's ugly. She's ugly." Oh yeah, Christy Brinkley naked is ugly. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So there's like room for honesty, but also, yeah, I'm with you. It's like it can be a little over the top, and ladies take advantage sometimes of the like whatever the double standard is, or where because like you said, you can't have
Yeah, I can't be like wow wow wee wah.
right, or else you're a pig,
Right. Right.
and you're a pig in other ways, but not that.
Right.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
No, I'm with
I
you.
I should next time. Yeah. If they say something like, "Oh, I'm gonna," I like how I say they, like my slew of girlfriends when they do this.
These broads,
These broads.
these ladies. Next time they bring that up.
All right. I feel very backed up. That's been bothering me for years. Okay.
I got something here. All right.
Lay it on me. Lay it on me.
This is a small thing, but a big thing. But like donuts in America, the variance in prices is out of control. Okay, because if you go to and there's a lot of them in Portland and Los Angeles, all over the country now, like these cool guy donut shops. And I've done this before, where you might like on a whim go, yeah, I'll get a dozen donuts, bring them home, be the hero. They ring you up. They're like, that'll be $64. But then it's too late because you can't be like, can you actually, especially in the COVID era, you can't be like, can you actually put back about 7 or 8 of those, please? I did that one time at Jenny's. Remember Jenny's ice cream? Did you ever go to Jenny's ice cream? They actually have it's like the fancy ice cream store in LA, and I think they're all over. But I did that one time with I got 4 pints to bring home, and it was like $112.
Were you having a party?
No, but I don't know. It was just sometimes.
Oh, to put in the freezer.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Yes, not to just finish.
Not for movie night with the wife.
Right, we were gonna ogle hot celebrities and eat 4 pints of ice cream. Oh my God, George Clooney looks great. No. So anyway, so there's those places, and now I have a good eye for them because it's they're always gonna have a wood engraved sign out front or some shit, be burnt into the side of the place. And then there's the old fashioned, just the regular donut place or at the grocery store. And then donuts are 35 cents. And those places have not raised their prices. They have not felt the pressure from the other place.
Right.
And you would think that the guy making the 35-cent donuts would be like, this is fucking goddamn ridiculous. That place down the street is charging 50 times for a donut. What I'm charging, it's the same thing. Yeah. I got to do something, but he doesn't. So respect to the old school donut. But where I need backup is I think the actual cheap donuts taste better than the $9 donuts.
Yeah, I do. I think, I don't know if they taste better, but I'm happier eating them. Because when you're eating an $8 donut, you're eating it this better be the fucking best. I better orgasm when I eat this. Right. And you rarely do.
You rarely do. The expectation game. That's exactly right. It's you're mad. You're in a bad mood before you even take a bite.
Yeah.
Because of what you just dropped in that donut. So it's this got to be so good to overcome that.
Yeah. I was backing you up before when you start talking about donuts, because we recently went to. Do you have Hertz Donut in Portland?
No. Is that that's a joke though, right?
Yeah, it's a joke. But then they came up with a place, and I went with Josh Sneed in Des Moines. I went with Josh Sneed and a bunch of people from the club, and it's like that, the high end, ooh, we have the cookie, and they're all fancy. It's you're spending too much time decorating these things that I'm gonna shit out of my butt. You know what I mean? We went and got it. We went and got them.
Wait. Which, by the way, a great argument against wedding cakes. It's you're really spending a lot of time on this thing that I'm gonna shit out of my ass.
Yeah. Hey, listen. You can lower the price. Me, my family, we're friends. We're all gonna just shit this out of our
Just
assholes.
make it
So
look like a big pile of shit because that's what it is. That's what it's gonna be. All food can just be a big mushy pile. You don't need to make it shaped into anything.
right.
Okay, but
Just make
continue.
it make it shaped into a big log of all right. Yeah, so we got 4 donuts and it was like I don't know, just under $20.
Yeah.
I mean, you go to Winchell's, it's four
Right.
donuts is
Yeah.
$4.
And those guys just have to be out of their minds angry. And imagine yourself as like there's a place like in Portland, Heavenly Donuts, and it's like one of those old school LA type of donut shops where that's it. And it's just bad coffee, make a ton of donuts, sell them for 35 cents. And they've had to have tried. They have to have been to one of these like in Portland, like the 5-star, the Blue Star Donuts. That's like the zenith of donuts. And they even among the like cool guy places, like there's Voodoo Donuts, but that place is shit compared to the Blue Star Donuts. But this guy must have been to these places and like I gotta see, and he must look at the prices and just be out of his mind. Like well, how do they get away with this?
Yeah. It's like it must be like a I mean, I haven't been to a ton of those places, but I feel like those are just like like in LA they can get away with that cuz it's like they can get away with anything there cuz it's LA, but
Yeah.
like Des Moines, Madison, it's like that's where you go anytime someone visits. Like, "Oh, there's this donut shop where it's fucking stupid and expensive and they make the donut look like Cookie Monster. We got to take you there."
Yeah.
Oh, have you been there before? Yeah, last time someone visited from out of town, and
I would see these people on a plane taking home boxes of Voodoo Donuts, like from Portland to wherever they're going. Like, I got to bring home a box of Voodoo. It's like, hey, man, I can sprinkle Captain Crunch on whatever fucking donut you want. You don't need to fly it home. You're not Oprah, okay? You don't need
right.
to fly in your favorite things. And donuts are like never good. They're not going to last a flight.
Yeah.
Anywhere they're going, they're not going to be as good as if you just had them right there. So,
Yeah. Oh, totally.
that's it.
Piece of cake. Piece of cake.
I knew you'd be there for me.
Yeah, that's what this is all about. This is the Cavalry.
Wait. Do I know
What?
my audience? But I was like, I need backup on the cheap, shitty junk food being better than the high end thing. Is Johnny going to back me up on that? Yeah, I think Johnny's going to back me up on that.
You're damn right. I came through.
I knew it.
All right. I got two. They're very, very different. Oh no, all right. I got 3.
Whoa, unprecedented.
Wow, we won't. All right. Well, all right. We'll do this one. I wonder if we may have already touched on this one. This one we may have talked about in a previous support our listener with their 5-star review. I believe it was Kyle. We talked about this, but so my daughter has 2 guinea pigs, which I fought tooth and nail against us getting because it's absurd. And I am repeatedly not, I should give them credit. I'm not repeated, like it's not all the time, but I have more than once been made to feel somewhat guilty for contributing in absolutely no way to the maintenance or health of these guinea pigs. And I feel that is my right because I fought. I didn't want them.
Yeah.
We got them. I should be off the hook for doing anything at all.
Well, you're teaching a lesson of responsibility. Isn't that the whole point of kids having their own pets? Like they have to learn the responsibility of taking care of them. If you take care of the guinea pigs, how's that lesson being learned?
Yes, my daughter, she takes care of the guinea pig 90. Well, between her and my wife, I don't even know who does more because I don't care. I don't even want to see it.
Checked out.
And I mean, that's a lot. You got to clean the cage. You got to feed them.
Do the guinea
I'm
pigs
sure there's
share,
other things. What?
Do the guinea pigs share one cage?
Yes. It's
Okay.
like a big uh what are those, like long card table, like a buffet table. It's like one of those with a big cage on top of, like, so it's big. It's a big cage, and there's two of them, and then we have a big piece of shit contraption we have to take outside to give them outside time. And I just am not like it. Like, let's say my wife wanted to go to her mom's and take the kids, and I'm home alone. I I think they should have to take the guinea pigs or board them, because why am I feeding these guinea pigs? I didn't want them.
Right. Well, like they should just make. Are they like? Man, I never had guinea pigs as a kid, or ferrets, or any of like the in between pets. I never had that. Never had like the second tier pets. You know, like no
Oh, you mean,
fish.
like, by second tier pets, you mean dumb animals?
Yeah, like snakes, fish. What's
Oh, see,
another
now
second
I
tier?
actually I'm
Ferrets.
contemplating getting a snake. Well, I can't because I she said no. I just realized something. She said no, but I said no to the guinea pigs. I think I'm gonna get my son a snake or one of those bearded lizards or whatever they're
What?
called.
You're gonna get a snake? Get the
Just
snake.
out
The
of
snake will
spite.
eat the guinea pigs and
Just
solve your
out of spite.
problems.
There you go. There you go.
Uh oh, snake. That you if you get a snake and keep that haircut, that's like a defining personality as a snake guy.
Huh?
You look like you could be a snake handler because you're like super skinny now and that haircut.
I
You're
look
gonna
like I
have
could be
all
an extra in the Lost Boys in one of those carnival scenes. Walking around.
yeah, that's you. You're
Yeah,
a
but
snake
I don't mean
guy.
like a big snake, like a fish aquarium. I mean like one of those stupid gardener snakes. Because
Oh man,
I don't want a snake. It's all out of spite. It's all out of spite. I don't want a snake,
yeah.
but
Get like a
I
rat.
didn't want guinea pigs. Get a
What would
rat.
be the best? What would be the best uh, spite pet?
A snake. For
A snake?
my wife, for specifically for my wife,
Oh,
yeah.
is she afraid of snakes?
I don't know if she's afraid. She just absolutely does. Yeah, probably. She wouldn't. Yeah, she doesn't want to feed. You got to feed it live mice. That's kind of neat.
Snake is so weird. Snake is very weird.
Yeah.
If you become snake people, that's crossing a line. So
We will.
so your
Oh,
argument is that when your daughter goes anywhere, she's got to bring guinea pigs with her.
in theory,
Yeah,
I
I'm
have
with
not.
you.
I have not. I have not followed my own words. I have helped out, but I'm cursing the whole time. Like, this
What
is
is the maintenance like? Like what? How hard? I to me it doesn't seem that hard. You know, if they're in a cage, couldn't you just ignore them like until what does it
until they come
take to
back.
raise
Yeah,
guinea
I've
pigs?
never cleaned the cage. It seems like my wife's cleaning the cage like every day or every other day. But their poops are weird. Their poops look like little brown beans, and they're like hard. They're not like smushy, like, poop, right?
Oh
It's
yeah,
not like that. It's like, so,
familiar.
like, she'll get it because she'll take the guinea pigs out, put them on the floor on her little blanket, and play with it. Like, my daughter loves these guinea pigs, and so she like plays with them on the, and they somehow they just, their shit gets all over, and I'm like, come on, Edie, look at this. There's poop all over the floor. This is disgusting. There's poop right there. She'll pick it up and throw it in the garbage can, and then not go wash her hands. Like, you gotta wash your hands. She's like, no, they're hard. They come out hard. They come out like capsules. I don't,
Yeah,
it's still poop.
it's still poop.
It's so weird, and I don't know. I just
That's disgusting. That's like that is like I don't know if it's like evolution or whatever why our poop is so gross, because it's like nature trying to tell you like you can't mess with this.
yeah, don't play
This
with
needs to be in
this.
another room. This needs to be outside the cave, you need to flush this away. You got to wash your
Yeah.
hands because this is so disgusting. But then maybe your daughter's right. Like the fact that the guinea pig poop is just like pellets, it's like nature telling you like this ain't so bad. You can play with this. You can flick
So
them
you're saying
around.
guinea pig poop isn't so bad?
To humans, yeah, maybe to guinea pigs. Maybe guinea pigs are grossed out by little hard pellets.
So I'm not following the trend. So are you saying we should start playing with our poop, or I guess
No, we should continue to be afraid and
of our poop?
careful of our own poop. But anything that's
Oh,
not disgusting to us, just off, you know, instinctually.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
sure.
Does this make
How?
sense now? I think
Oh
it
my
makes a lot of
gosh,
sense now.
how great would it be if our poops were like guinea
Guinea
pig
pig.
poops?
Oh,
You could poop at parties without anyone know. You just poop and then you just take it and throw it somewhere, or just
no
put it
toilet
somewhere.
paper. You
No
would never
toilet
need
paper.
toilet paper.
That'd be great.
That whole crisis in March would have been avoided.
Oh, that's right.
We all could just poop like. There's probably people with like. There's probably a way, like a diet you could be on to make your poop like guinea pig poop.
Well, that's what they say. That's why, like all these infomercials or whatever. I don't know what they're trying to sell, bidets or whatever. But it's like, humans. The reason we have to wipe our butts and no other animal has to wipe their butts is because we eat garbage. We have bad diets. What? That doesn't make sense.
Wait, so they're saying there's a diet where you would never have to wipe your butt.
If we ate whatever we're supposed to, like cave people, we would poop like dogs, where you just poop and it's all encompassing. It comes out. But since we don't eat what we're supposed to be eating as humans, it stays in our intestines and gets all gooey on our butthole. You gotta love the bidet commercials when they show, someone go like this and put peanut butter all over their hand and then they try to wipe it off. It's like, good Jesus. I don't need. You could just say you've seen those, right?
Promise you, I've never seen that commercial.
Oh, I made oh God, there's a bunch of them. I gotta find it because I took a bunch of them and I put them all together. Like I isolated the part where they show the demonstration.
But that's two separate arguments. The bidet is an argument that toilet paper doesn't work well enough, but the healthy eating argument would suggest you wouldn't even need a bidet or toilet paper, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But
okay.
I mean, yeah, I don't know why they're saying, oh, we eat bad. Well, whatever. We gotta fix the world.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they're right, but then like, it's not so bad. You wipe your butt,
Yeah.
I've gotten pretty used to it. I'd rather eat cheeseburgers and wipe my butt than eat, I don't know, sand and not.
Right. So I don't
What are
really
you supposed to
understand.
eat? I just what did cavemen?
I don't know.
Cavemen eat that healthy?
Berries and salad.
I eat berries and salad.
Yeah, but you also eat Laffy Taffies and,
I
do.
I do not.
You know what I mean? You eat
Taffies. I eat Reese's. I eat a lot.
Oh my God, I have had so many since Halloween, I have probably eaten my weight in Laffy Taffies.
Oh, Laffy
Ridiculous.
Taffy. Dude, we got good stuff left over. I've been going through the Reese's, and I still have a bunch of Snickers in there. Three Musketeers. I mean, we already touched on this, but we did not have a lot of kids come by, so I'm loaded.
You must have serious self-control because it's November 12th.
I know, but it's just a lot. It's a lot. And I've been eating pints of Jenny's ice cream, too, so I've got to pace myself. Okay. All right. Well, I'm with you. Let's take care of your own guinea pigs. You should just you should continue to refuse, and they should be able to take care of themselves. Even if your daughter's gone for an extended period of time, like set up some sort of system for them. Put a little box out for food. I don't know how you're going to do it, but I'm not doing it. I'm with you on that.
Good. I'll tell my wife you said fuck you, Aaron. Okay. You're up.
So many words, I suppose. Okay. No, I would never say that. So this one's a little bit of a touch. I don't know. It's a little bit of sensitive subject.
I like how we both always just preface mine way longer than I even explained it.
I don't even need to I mean, it's just okay. I'll just jump into it. So, don't know if you've heard, my wife's having a baby.
What? Is this a prank?
Yeah, in like 3 weeks if things go right. So it's really
exciting.
But there's this thing called perineum massage. Have you ever heard of that?
Very familiar. Yes.
Oh, have you done it?
Well, have you?
Yeah. So here's where I need backup.
Yes, I have.
Okay, so you were waiting. You didn't want to say you'd done it. If I wasn't a trap, I promise. So like,
Wow, wow, wee wah.
yeah, now it's getting good. She makes me. She gets to call me George Clooney as I do it. But no. So basically, the idea is like you, like your partner, me. I take my fingers and put it in her vagina and stretch to get her.
Hold on, I'm getting hard.
Oh God. And to get it like, the idea is like
Right.
if you're gonna run a marathon, right? You're not just going out there cold
Yeah,
Saturday
you gotta
morning.
you gotta take your fingers.
You
And
gotta
stick
put
them
your
up
fingers
your
up your
ass.
butt a little bit and whatever.
Yeah.
So you get the idea, and because when women have babies, there can be tearing. You want to avoid tearing.
Yeah, that's you're massaging the perineum or chode
Right.
or scraniac or taint, whatever you call it. So that to avoid the tear.
Chode massage doesn't have
Right.
the ring, the same ring to it.
Oh, real side note. Did you know some people think a chode is a penis that's wider than it is long? That's wrong. You never heard that, right?
No, but there should be a word for that. I don't know what the word. Maybe like Volkswagen or something. I don't know what the word should be, but there should be a word for that. But no, chode is that. Okay, but the point is that so I, of course, am going to be happy to do this, but then here's the bullshit part. Here's where I need backup. Hopefully, they call it massage. Perineum massage. Oh, and then they're like use these oils. Use these oils, and the whole idea is it's supposed to be like sex, and your partner can do it for you, and you're fingering your wife, and they're like, it's gonna be so romantic. But it's not a massage at all. It's a stretch. It is for sure just like they're like 60 seconds pulling this way so it's uncomfortable for your wife. It is not working unless it's uncomfortable. Like that's how stretching works. It's like 60 seconds this way, 60 seconds this way, and then there's nothing. It's such a misnomer calling it a massage, and we're doing everybody a disservice by like suggesting it's this like super romantic experience.
Yeah, you put Enyon in the background.
Right. Like, I don't know. What did you find it like romantic?
No, romantic. No, in fact, and I think we only did it with the first kid because it was like we went all gung ho. And we took the classes, and they're like, "Oh, you could do this." So we're like, "Oh, okay." So to do that, and maybe I was just terrible at it, but my wife was just like, I mean, we did it the first pregnancy, but then other pregnancies just like, nah, we don't need to do that.
Well, yeah, but then like you've done it once, and then hopefully things are like, your body's ready for that. I don't know, but and then so when we went to the midwife today. We had a doctor's appointment. Midwifery.
Midwifery.
That threw me off the first time you heard that, right? When they're like, "Oh yeah, I've been in midwifery for." I was like, "What did you say? Did you miss? Do you have a speaking disorder? What?" And like, no, that's the word midwifery. It's like you're a midwife. Why do you call it midwifery? You're not a midwife. That bothered me. So anyway. We went to her and we asked, we're like, is this even, we read about this, on some blog or something. Is this even doing anything? By the way, we're using they said to use olive oil. We're using olive oil. I don't know.
That sounds familiar. We may have done that
too.
Olive,
So it's like, it's a good olive oil. And is this worth it? Are we doing
organic? Is it organic?
It's organic, extra virgin, which seems
sure
counter.
Right.
But so like, we were like, are we accomplishing anything by doing this? And basically what she said is, you're not actually like, the way I'm thinking about it, like stretching it and to prevent tearing, but it's good like practice for her. It's like what you should do is when you're doing that, that's going to be like a sensation you're going to feel, and you should get used to like breathing through that or whatever. So like even more, it's even less romantic than it's.
Oh yeah.
basically while I'm doing that, she's just like imagining giving birth now. It's like,
Right.
all right, who's ready to go now? It's like the least.
Yeah. The romantic practice of experiencing the pain of birth beforehand.
Because I'm not like planning on getting laid, you know, in the delivery room after.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we get the room to ourselves. All right, Heidi, what do you think? How you feeling?
Yeah.
Huh? No. So anyway, it's like anti-foreplay, but they try to make it this whole like, you know, thing. Massage. It's not a massage. Get the massage word out of it.
Yeah. They should just, I don't know what they could call it. They could call it, I don't know.
Like a pregame warm-up. Perineum pregame.
There you go.
Perineum stretch. I don't know. Something. We'll work on it.
They just call it fisting.
That's right. We'll call it.
Just romantically prepare your wife for the head of the baby to come through there.
It's natural. No, it's totally natural. Don't make it weird.
Yeah.
Well, on that lovely note.
This was a good one. I feel like this was a good. I got backed up. I feel like I backed you up.
No, and I love having guests, but it is nice, you know, having just the two of us to get to spend some quality time together.
To blindly just back each other up.
Nobody here to tell us that the format is flawed, that it's better on podcasts when there's arguments. No,
right.
Just stupid, inane agreement.
Yep.
That's what we like.
That's what we like. That's what our listeners like, right?
Yeah, obviously. You know, the reviews can't be wrong.
Oh my gosh. I wonder if one of our fans is going to go through all the podcasts and isolate all the times that you say that you announce you're having a baby and just put them together. That'd be a fun reel.
The super cut.
Yeah, I'm too lazy to do it. So I'll just ask our fans to do it.
Somebody do that for us. Right. Okay.
Kyle, I'm putting you in charge.
Taking you in. I hope you don't have too many dirty Santa parties to go to this year because you're going to be busy.
That's what they should call the perineum massage.
Just the dirty Santa.
A dirty Santa.
I got a gift for you.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening, everybody. Remember to rate and review. Tell a friend.
Word of mouth. We're doing this grassroots, people.
We're trying to grow. We're trying to get big. You know, by the end of this pandemic, we want to really, I don't know what.
Be successful.
Success. So, thank you for listening. That's it. Thank you for listening
on
the Cavalry.
The Cavalry.
From the Cavalry.